Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see Viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Alright, so it's Sunday morning, and usually Sunday mornings I do what's called Bring Out Your Dead tour, where I look for uneaten morsels and stuff and other things like this saw-scale shed. So these guys have been on a feeding tear recently. These were captive born here at the lair in 2017. They've been just feeding like crazy, and since there's two of them in there, it's a bit tricky to feed because you don't want them biting each other because there's something called food jealousy. Now, I'll clean that before it goes back in the other cage, but let's try to identify who belongs to this shed since there's two of them in there. Now, looking at, here's the cloaca, the anal scale, and you can see how large this area is post-cloaca and how long the tail is. This is a classic male shedding. People ask, well, how do you tell? The female shedding, this area would drop off really thin very quickly. So I'll make a note in my program. I have this all documented in an actual piece of software. Who eats, who sheds, whatever activity goes on, when they get their substrate changed, all that stuff. Now, I've already cautioned Lori to be a little more careful with the camera because on a video we shot yesterday, she sort of focused in on my man boobs, and it was a bit embarrassing for me, although she thought it was pretty hysterical and she apologized. Looks like Mr. Milos ate. So what I'm doing now is just a basic survey, making sure that there's nothing left behind that hasn't been eaten, and we'll clean the poo and stuff. They ate live. Rhino Viper has disappeared. Mr. Barnetti shed. So Mr. Barnetti shedding, and I see pooed, will be extracted. You know, a lot of these sheddings are just absolutely stunningly beautiful. The problem is that really sometimes they get stuck as they wrap themselves around different objects to extricate themselves from the shedding. We'll get the poo later. But again, Mr. Barnetti's shedding is quite lovely. Look at that nice pattern. And since it's sort of tore open, we can look at it from the inside. Remember, they shed inside out. And again, we can look at this, and there's the anal scale, and look how big and fat of a package he's got in his tail. This is absolutely no question a male snake. So unfortunately, like the other shedding, there's a pile of sheddings in there, so I'll make a note of that for my my collection. Hello, that guy is over there. All right, so we're gonna take a quick peek here in the live feeders because they fed yesterday. There's certain snakes. These are all captive hatched leucogasters that were born here in 2019, but no, this is an ocellatus, and it looks like he shed also, and you know, he's a bit touchy too. I know, dude. Calm down. Oops.
Yep.
That didn't help matters, did it, bud? Huh? Alright, so... Yeah, he's cranky. Saw scales are normally cranky, but when you do this to them, they get really cranky. There's your hut, dude. Now, come on, don't come scooting forward. There, I did the best I can. Alright, so we got to clean him up a little bit later. So, this one will eat a combination of live and frozen thawed. This is the wild caught. These were hatched here. These guys will eat anything that I put in there, including my fingers if I'm not careful. The Leucogassers number 1 in 2020, 1, 3, and 4 will eat frozen thawed, but this one only prefers to eat live, and it has indeed eaten its live prey. So that's it for the Take Out Your Dead tour in this room. Now we'll go over to the other room and see what we find there. So every other week, the real trouble feeding dwarf water cobras, Nyanaga from Congo. This one only, the female, who's right up there, only eats live bass shiners, and if I throw in some frozen thawed rat pinks, it will eat it, but all we have left in the dish is scales. It devoured 6 nice bass shiners, which will have to carry it for a few weeks.
Whoa.
No wonder she's moving. I want to get away from that.
Holy cow pie. Yeah, I saw, we came in the room and I caught Pink on the move, and that.
She had a movement, all right.
Wow.
Okay, so this will get a little tricky.
Oh, she's not happy.
Oh yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pure defensive. You caught me moving, I am going to kill you. Holy cow, that weighs about 2 pounds
Wow.
of processed rat. Now, there's probably fangs in there, but I'm not going in there. Oh yes.
Oh. That's a very intimidating sound when they hiss.
Yep. Okay, Pinks, alright, but you're gonna have to clean up your little mess here in the corner. Clean up in aisle 5! Oh my god. So, I don't, you know, from the old movie Jaws, we need a bigger boat. Well, for Pink, we need a bigger scoop.
Oh.
Just stay back there. I'm not coming near you. You stay away from me.
Whoa.
I will stay away from you.
And is a very unhappy Gaboon Viper.
Well, we're fortunate that she did this today and
Oh, yes.
not while I was away on business. Oh, come on.
No.
Come on, Pink.
Oh, no. Get me out of here.
Okay, so this will either piss her off.
That's not doing a thing.
She's impervious to that. So,
Yeah, I don't want an angry Gaboon out in the room.
get a drink. Yes, a very large angry Gaboon. Let
Yes,
me quickly
massive.
go get some substrate. That's as clean as that's going to get. Pink used to come out for strolls and stuff. Now she's even more pissed. Look at those pupils, how dilated they are. She used to come out for strolls, but when she's in a very foul mood, you people don't know how fast that big snake can actually move when she wants to move. That snake can be out of the cage before I can figure out what to do. Now, I know I'm ruining your little track here. Look.
Oh, another massive thing.
That you don't want in you.
Yes, this is why I ran as soon as she started coming forward.
Yes, you're gonna have to fix that yourself there, sweetheart. Because we're gonna shut the door and we're gonna leave you alone. Yeah, I know. You are very cranky. Although, you know, I record, all the records for the snakes are recorded electronically. I have a piece of software, as I discussed on another video. Gaboons notoriously will hold their feces for, well, I have to look at the records, but I think it's her interval is like 11 or 12 weeks. They do this for two reasons. Because usually once they make a mess like that, other animals can smell it and they don't go near it. It's, because, you know, these animals sit in the wild on a game trail and pick off animals as they go by. So if they regularly take a dump, so to speak, the jig is up. So at that point, they don't particularly like the smell, or they're like, okay, I've decimated this area, it's time for me to move on because I've just ruined the hunting area here. So we were fortunate enough to stumble upon that, but she, as you can hear, she's very unhappy, and unfortunately we have other things to do here in the room, so she's just going to have to be unhappy for a little while longer, and then I'll start feeding some of the other animals that need to be fed, because this is part of the Take Out Your Dead tour video that you'll see. So this video may actually be a bit longer than the ones that I've been producing. Mostly because I didn't expect to have to clean Gaboon Viper's disaster area. Plus she's not happy with me because I sprayed her down. She, you know, we've got a webcam in there. Unfortunately, it's a bit low res, but when we turn the misting system on, there's 3 misting nozzles in her cage. She lays out there where she normally hunts from, and she rubs her face to get the water off her eyes. She doesn't like it, even though this is a snake that lives in equatorial Africa in a rainforest in very wet areas. Just doesn't like water on its face. Like, none of us really like water on our face.